Might as well cover these all at once. Okay, we're gonna start with yesterday. What the fuck was that? Inter got done from the back by PSG 5-0. What the actual fuck? Okay, we just gotta talk about this. The Munich theory is real. It's real. If you have no Champions League, you go to Munich, you win it. That's simple. It's consecutive. Now, Inter switched to an all defensive game and still managed to get more goals scored on in the second half than they did the first half. Now, sometimes, because this game proved otherwise, sometimes a good defense wins trophies. Not when you're up against a masterclass attack. What the fuck was this? I mean, I would have stayed home either way and watched the final. I would have stayed home. I would have relaxed. Because I'm a Juve fan. We fucking hate Inter anyways. They can go fuck themselves. But damn, 5-0 at a Champions League final. This ain't even a final. This is a group stage. The semifinals were more interesting. Arsenal played better. Barca played better. Fuck. Benfica played better. What the fuck was this? Do I think if Barca were to have advanced in the final, okay, would they have lost? Yes. I think that with the squad Barca have, I don't think they would be able to get through Hakimi. He runs 100 miles an hour. I don't think they would have gotten through Nuno Mendes. I don't think they would have gotten past Marquinhos. He sucks in the national team, but also the national team were under bad management anyways. But Marquinhos actually played pretty good. He played pretty good compared to the national team. Now Vitinha. I do think Vitinha is one of the greatest midfielders in the world. There's Bellingham, there's Valverde, there's Bruno Fernandes, Vitinha, and then João Neves. That's it. 5 best midfielders in the world are right there. Dembele. Fucking give him the Ballon d'Or already. There's no point in not giving Dembele the Ballon d'Or. He scores or assists in almost every game he plays, and he had 2 goal contributions here. He gave the assist to Desiree Doué, and he gave the assist to Cabaskelia, or Carvadona, because he fucking scores bangers. Fabian Ruiz, he did good. He didn't impact the game that much, but he made some pretty good passes that did build up plays. And then fucking Desiree Doué, motherfucker. In a world of players that play like robots, because of coaches being so strict with their systems, in a world of players that are robots like Martinelli, like Odegaard, Desiree Doué is that kid you gotta fucking watch. Cause this is not Desiree Doué. This is just fucking Cristiano Ronaldo right here. That's Cristiano Ronaldo on a UCL night. He got man of the match. 2 goals, 1 assist in the Champions League final. He was subbed off at 66 minutes. Imagine if this guy played the entire game. Imagine it. 5-0 is a slaughter enough already. But if Desiree Doué played the entire game, he would have done Inter from the back by himself. 10-0, 8-0, fuck it, don't matter. At this point, you might as well put him at Madrid, because Madrid need firepower. Let's be honest. Madrid, they have superstars, but they're not working because there's no chemistry. But Desiree Doué, he can just do it himself. Kind of like Ronaldo. If the team's fucking up, he'll do it himself. And Desiree Doué in this game proved that this guy is a fucking machine. He's one of the best players in the world. I don't give a shit what you say. Do not mention Desiree Doué and Lamine Yamal in the same sentence ever again. Do not mention either of those names in the same sentence ever again if you're going to compare them. Because Doué clears. He clears. Right? He has more Champions Leagues than Yamal. And how old is this guy? This guy is 19 years old. He's got a Champions League. He got man of the match. He scored a brace. He had an assist. That's fucking incredible. And then Carvadona or Cavascalia. He scored the fourth goal, and I thought it was over. I really, really thought it was over, but nah. They had to score again. Mayulu. This guy scored at the 86th minute. Right off the bench. He was subbed on at 84 and scored at 86. Barcola. Number one. What the hell are you doing? Barcola gave him the assist to Mayulu, but so many open goals missed. Like, he ran through the defense. He just could never finish. Is that okay? Yeah, because it was already 4-0. But let's say you're down by 1 or 2. You can't be missing those. So, he's still young. I think he can improve. He gave the assist. But really, I think he's got to improve on his finishing. He has to improve on his finishing. And look at the Inter Milan ratings. This is crazy. The highest for Inter Milan is a 6.8. These guys made a masterclass versus Barca in both legs. And they could not score shit in 90 minutes. The ref didn't even have added time. Or stoppage time. He just blew the whistle. It was over. If you gave PSG another 10 minutes, they would have scored again. Because every goal PSG has scored in this game are less than 20 minutes apart. Their first half ended, then there was a goal at 63, 73, and 86. And in the first half it was 12 and 20. If they were to have added 5 minutes, PSG, I give you a strong possibility. Right? There's a strong possibility. If the ref added 5 minutes, PSG would have scored again. 6-0. And I think, number one, 4-0 was the max, or at least a 4-goal deficit, right? But 5-0. That's a group stage game, bruh. And Donnarumma. This guy only had 2 saves in 90 minutes. Those only 2 saves, I think, came out of the second half. Right? Yeah. 75 and 81 minutes. Those are the only saves the guy made. If you break down this game to the individual players for Inter, you realize how fucking... Not that Inter are shit, but how PSG just locked them up and did not let them do what they do best. Kind of like Arsenal. Well-oiled machine, but PSG just stopped them. They couldn't get past them. Fuck, dude. I did not see that coming. I did, but not by 5-0. Now, Conference League. What the fuck was that? I put on my story, Betis, don't fucking bottle this. 1-0 at halftime, 4-1. Final score. Isco, and then the other guy who scored, and Anthony. Those are the only guys who really played good. The highest rating uh, for Betis is a 7.7. I'm gonna be dead ass. I don't know how they got to the final. For Betis, I don't know how they got to the final. That also goes to Inter. How do you make it to the final? I don't get it. Anthony. This guy has improved a lot since leaving United. This guy has improved a lot. He improved so much that now I think going back to United, Amorim will keep him. Because as a manager, you have to keep an eye on the players you send on loan. I think that's what he's done. I think that Anthony has improved a lot. I think he knows that as well. And if you put Anthony on the right wing at Manchester United, you drop Højlund, put in Xerxes, you drop Mason Mount or Garnacho, you put in Anthony, I think that works. Because one, Garnacho is going to get sold anyways. Two, Mason Mount, he is an offensive player, but sometimes he can start games slow, just like the Europa League final. So Anthony goes back to United. I think Amorim should play him on the right. That's what I think. Now, let's talk about that final. What the fuck was that? I really want to know. How the hell was Tottenham able to beat Manchester United? 73% ball possession for United. 16 shots, 6 on target. For Tottenham, 27% possession, 3 shots, 1 on target. And I really want to fucking know, what the hell was this? One, I'm going to give the congrats to the people who deserve it. One, Maguire, Yoro, Mazraoui, Bruno Fernandes, Drogu, Casemiro, and that's basically it. Well, actually, no, Ahmad too. I don't know why they played Højlund. The guy has gone basically goalless the entire season, almost. Why the hell are they playing him? I don't fucking know. Mason Mount, he had a good game but started slow. You're down by 1 at halftime. You got 30 minutes left. Let's say we're an hour in. Right? You cannot make your changes 20 minutes before the game ends. You can't. Because you won't have enough time. And I watched Ruben Amorim when he was at Sporting. I saw how he makes his games and manages his players and the tactics. I always had, not a complaint, but he uses one formation only, which is generally a good idea, right? Because you don't want to make all of a sudden changes, but you also have to know when to make necessary changes. He subbed off Mazraoui, and you put in Dalot for what? And I get that some fullbacks are offensive, but I don't see why you sub on Dalot 5 minutes before the game ends. You sub on Dalot before the game ends. I think he should have done this instead. You take off Højlund, like, don't even call him up for the game. You put in Xerxes. You leave Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro, and Mazraoui in the midfield. And when halftime hits, right, when the first half ends, you sub off Drogu, you sub on Garnacho, then you tell Mason Mount and Garnacho to switch positions. So then Mason Mount turns into the left midfielder, and then Garnacho would become the left wing. I think that's what he should have done. I don't know why he called on Shaw. Kobe Mainu. He subbed on Kobe Mainu too. Do I think he would have had an impact if he played longer? Yes. But I see United winning the Europa League final. That's what I saw. They were the better team. They had more possession. They took more shots. They created more chances for themselves. But if you have a striker who can't finish, you are not scoring shit. If you don't make necessary changes, you're not scoring shit. Onana made the own goal. It was not marked as an own goal, but we all know it was. Because the ball was on the line. Onana touched it. It hit the the post, and it went in. An own goal by Onana. He should have started Bindier. I think Bindier would have had better chances at stopping that goal. Because if you saw Bindier in the FA Cup versus Arsenal, he did pretty good. He does really good. And there was that one game in the Prem, but it wasn't his fault. Because, there was one that was on him, but the rest, it was the defense, right? Because they have not had a good season. Man United have not had a good season, especially in the Premier League. But, again, back to the Europa League final. They were the better team. I think they deserved to win. They did not play their best. I am disappointed from that. I do think that there was space for changes at halftime, necessary ones. And although they were the better team, I want to say that they went into this final unorganized. And unorganized, I mean they were simply not prepared to do what was necessary to win it. These guys did incredible throughout the knockout rounds, right? You score 7 versus Bilbao. No team has been able to do that. You score more games. You scored more goals than games you've played. With that being said, they deserve to win, but they just weren't prepared. They did not go to the final prepared to win. Now, Brighton. Kaoru Mitoma is rumored to leave to Al Nassr over the summer. And that would explain his absence in Brighton games recently. He's getting less time, but he's still getting like 20 or 30 minutes. This guy was subbed on at 65 minutes. He scored at 69. And did he have another goal contribution? No, he didn't. But he scored the equalizer. And I don't think you guys understand how good Mitoma is of a player. Because one, Brighton is not a very good team. They're carried by one guy, and that one guy is Kaoru Mitoma. They are a team that relies on a solo player to carry them, which basically means it's a 1v11. Just like Mbappe at the World Cup final, a 1v11. So, I did not think that they were going to win, because Liverpool should have beat them, but I think that Brighton were not just very lucky, they also were the better team, and they deserved to beat Liverpool. I don't even know what to say anymore. But about the final of the Champions, PSG is going to be a powerhouse for years. And I mean, the mentality of PSG has changed a lot since 2 or 3 years ago. They've changed a lot. And with that mentality being changed, and if they keep that mentality throughout as many years as they can, they are a force to be reckoned with. They're going to win the Champions League more than one time. This is one. There's going to be a few next, right? More Champions League are coming their way now. The Supercopa. Spurs are going to get done from the back so hard by PSG. If Inter Milan could not score one time in 90 minutes against PSG, and Tottenham can only score once versus Manchester United, who do you think is winning? Who do you think will take the Supercopa home? Obviously PSG. By how much? I'll say 10-0. Not even 10-0. That's an understatement. They can score 15 goals versus Tottenham in 90 minutes. PSG. They're going to score 15 goals versus Tottenham because Tottenham is simply not at that level that PSG is. Because you can't just walk up to Inter Milan, score 5 goals on them, when they drop masterclass after masterclass throughout their side of the knockout rounds. So, it's going to be a slaughter for Tottenham, and it's going to be a night of magic for PSG. Trust me, it will. That's all there is for now. There's going to be another video coming up soon. This was Uefa Club Finals. Now, the Club World Cup is closing in. It's in about a month. Less than a month. Now, not if, because it's already confirmed, Xabi Alonso will be Madrid's new manager. They just signed Alvaro Carreras, Dean Huijsen, and Alexander Arnold. That team, under Xabi Alonso, that mentality, that style of play, I think that they can win the Club World Cup. And I think Hansi Flick and Barca are in for a ride. Because if you know anything about German soccer or football, you know that it is very different than La Liga. If you watch the Bundesliga, it's a very different league. That's where Hansi Flick came out of, and that's where Xabi Alonso is coming from. So, mark these words. Real Madrid with Xabi Alonso will be a wall to Hansi Flick and Barca from trophies and silverware. See you on the next one.